After struggling and building with my husband for years, he finally got rich and married a second wife. But not to worry because God punished him for me. I know my story might sound familiar, but I'm gonna tell it regardless. I'm a woman in my early 50s and I'm a divorcee. Ever since I left my husband, I've not remarried. It's not like people didn't come to ask me for marriage, but I just didn't want to get married. I just focused on building myself and taking care of my children. I met my husband when I was in my late 20s. When I met this man had nothing. He was a bricklayer, struggling bricklayer. He just finished learning work. Yes, but because I saw the potential in him and I loved him for who he was, I agreed to date him. We dated for a couple of months and he came to see my father that he wants to marry me. Of which that day that guy came to see my father. My father warned me and said, is it this person I'm seeing that you want to marry? This struggling man that doesn't have anything. I said, then my husband was living in a face me I slap you house. But I told my dad that you be with somebody because you love them, not because, my father was like, no enter, but I still shook my head enter now because, it's love. Sometimes love can be just one kind of emotion that you cannot explain. Long story short, we got married and my dad supported me with some money during the, in doing everything, right? You guys understand? And we got married. Everything was moving fine. When my husband didn't have money, it was the most loving, sweetest, and caring man I've ever met. This man will go out for work and sometimes he barely comes back with enough, but I never made him feel uncomfortable for one day. I made him feel happy. I made him feel welcome. Some days, most times back then, I was the one that brought what we ate. I was the one that brought the money that we used in making food in the house. I literally ran the house. I know it's a one-room apartment, but everything, I was the one that did it. Now, fast forward to the moment I gave birth to our second child. By then, my husband was already gaining his feet, although he hasn't gotten rich, but he was already gaining his feet. He was not getting more work contracts. Sometimes we travel to another state, stay for like a couple of weeks and come back. Everything was moving smoothly, but his character started showing bit by bit. The character didn't come out at once, but it started showing bit by bit. I overlooked it because I felt, okay, this is the man I love. It's been a long time coming that we started, and love conquers all things. That is what I thought, right? Now, to the moment where my husband finally found his feet, that he bought a land and started building small, small. My money was inside the building project. It's not like I didn't control it. I did, but he's now having more money compared to the time that, we got married. My husband started showing his character as usual. Yeah, he now started moving funny. This is a man that when he goes to work, if he goes to another state, he calls me every day. This time around, he stopped calling me every day. Sometimes if it's not an interstate work, if it's maybe within our state, he will just go and I'll not know his location. This is somebody that before he will tell me his location where he is. He will call me when he wake up in the morning, before he starts work, he will call me when he's done for the day. Like everything was moving smooth, not until we started building. I still overlooked it now, and everything was still doing. We were patching it. Love is love. Now we're patching it. Now to the moment where we finished our house, we did housewarming. My family came, my dad came, and some people came to celebrate with us. Nothing was very, very suspicious. So when I gave birth to our third child, that was when this man's true color came out. He came out. He now started moving mad. When I asked him, where are you? How are you supposed to ask me such a question? Don't you know I'm a man? That kind of talk. This is a man that before, if I ask him where are you, he will tell me, I'm so I don't even have to ask him. Do you understand? Of which this period when he didn't have shishi, there was nothing this man didn't tell me. You're the best one that ever happened to me. You're a God-fearing woman. You're this. I'll never place anyone above you. You guys understand the sweet talking that men talk when they don't have money. Now, the person I was seeing after we've moved into our house was a different version of the person I fell in love with. But still, I didn't walk out of the marriage because I felt love conquers all things. Not until one day my husband came from a long trip that I think he has stayed over a month plus for one building project like that. It's in an interstate something, yeah. And he came back. I could see the change in his character. This is a man that you've not seen your family for a while. You came back home to your wife. At least that night, we were supposed to do what couples do, Abby. But my husband didn't do anything. He said he's not in the mood. And in fact, there's something he wants to tell me. I shouldn't take it anyhow because, this is Africa. This is, he, God, he got somebody pregnant in that state. So he intends to marry her as a second wife. I say, He said, yes, the deed has already been done. So I just have to find a way to accommodate the woman, that he didn't plan to do it, but I mean, I should just is accepting. He said a lot of rubbish, and he also said that I shouldn't take it differently. That doesn't mean that he's going to stop loving me, that the love will not change. I was devastated. Looking back now, I was devastated. I cried my eyes out. Like, there was nothing I didn't tell this man. I begged him. I said, okay, get a house for her in that state, but don't bring her here. Just have two families. I don't want my children to have competitors. I don't want to live in the house where I will have to share my husband. Apart from the fact that I was heartbroken that this man did this to me, I didn't believe he could do such a thing to me. A whole lot of emotions was running as at that time. I went to my father and told him what happened. My father looked at me and said, you have to live with it, carry your cross. From the one that this guy came, I told you that I no trust him, but you didn't listen. But you have to carry your cross. That was my father told me. I look front, look back. I was like, you know what? No wahala. My husband went to the States, married the girl. That period, it got to a point where I was even lean. My husband went to the States, married the girl, then brought her home. 1 month, everything was moving fine. There was no divided attention from my husband. Not until this lady got pregnant. That was when I don't know, maybe it's juju or she used for this man. I don't know. Like, this man became something else. I will not drink water and drop cup. He must talk. The lady turned his heart against me, turned his heart against her children, even to the point that our main room, that's my main room, she made my husband move me and our children to one of the lowest room in the house. Yes, it was not like I am a maid living in a house. I am the wife, but I was not living like a maid in the house. So long story short, I tried to accommodate, to endure, but I couldn't. I just packed my bag and left. When I left, I suffered. There was nothing I didn't do to raise my children. By then, I think my firstborn was almost finishing secondary school. I suffered. There was nothing I didn't do. But my father stood by me. He supported me. I've lost my mom. Before all these things started happening, I've lost my mom. My father was really supportive. He didn't have much, but he was supportive. I got a place, and you guys understand this kind of thing now. But to the glory of God, I stood on my feet and raised my kids, right? Sent one of my child abroad, and I've been living fine. Now tell me why years after this whole thing happened, of which when I left my husband, he didn't come to beg me. He said, when the children grow, they'll come find their papa. So tell me why after this thing happened, years later, somebody came to look for me where I was. Guess who? My husband. Like, the way he was looking so tattered, lean, as if they sucked blood out from his body. What are you doing here? What did happen? At first, when he came, I pursued him out, I chased him out, yeah? Then he kept on coming. So over time, I got to hear what he has to say. After begging and talking, he said he didn't know what came over him then, that the woman used juju on him, this, da. He was looking wretched. He was like, you know the word wretched, poor wretched. He was looking wretched. After he begged me, said everything. I told him I'm forgiving you. The one that I even bust my brain was he wants me to come back home so that I can continue from where we stopped. I said, come back to which home? Is it the home that I left over how many years ago that he didn't call me back? And I asked him, okay, come back home. What are you doing now? He said, nah, he's just managing, due to the way the woman treated him, he lost funds and this, da. Even that our house, he have sold it. I said, okay, you want me to come back home to start building you again? As waiting where I be, as Barbara the builder, Julius Berger and I be. I told him, no, I've forgiven you, but I don't have to come back to you. Go back to your sweetie, your sugar. I chased him out of the house and warned him never to come close to me. Do you know that at some point I lost my dad, and this man didn't call me, he didn't come to my father's burial, he didn't support me whatsoever. Only for him to come now and tell me I should come back to him because money has finished. As per, that means I'll be suffer. No, I even told my children, and they are saying the same thing. Ever since that moment till now, I've been living my life, just doing my thing. No wahala. So ladies, learn from my story. It might favor some of you, it might not favor some of you. If you want to struggle with a man, know that you are doing it. Remove your mind, remove expectations, because don't be mad till they start, they finish. This is not my story, but I'm happy with the way it ended. Thank you guys so much for watching. But tell me, as a woman, would you have gone back? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.